All right, so let's get to it. We're getting into the backs of the legs. We're going to stretch them out. We're going to strengthen them. Outside of the hips, always got to do it. So let's just go. We're going to start on our knees. If you need a block in between your ankles to give you a seat a little bit taller, if you want a pillow in between your butt and heels, go for it. If knees are really bothering you, just kind of cross your legs or extend your legs long. Just find a comfortable seat. You'll plant your hands on your thighs. Palms will face down to ground. Roll your shoulders out of the way a few times. Let that feel good. If the neck needs a little bit of movement, give it that. And then let everything settle. Just close your eyes. You want to sit up really tall. So feel your inner thighs squeeze in. Your hip bones and belly, lift that baby up and relax your shoulders down. Just take a breath in. Breath out. Breath in, a little wider in the chest. Breath out. Seal your lips. Breathe in. Through your nose, breathe out. Breath in. Breath out. Good. Go ahead and blink your eyes open if they aren't already. We'll come to an all fours. So you're just going to plant your hands down underneath your shoulders. Walk your knees back in space. We're looking for those 90-degree angles under the armpit, under the hip bones. Should kind of be able to feel it out. Press your hands down like you're pushing the mat away from you. Take your gaze a little more forward. So instead of kind of hunching and sinking and dropping, we're getting really active. Breathe in. Let your eyes go up. Chin will lift up. Belly will drop, but keep your belly button active. So you're getting that nice arch into the spine. Think wrist back and heart forward. Cow pose. As you exhale, you're going to drop your chin into your chest, push your shoulder blades apart, and really widen. Good. Baby still just hanging. There's no compression there. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Just letting the upper back move itself around. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Good. Come back to your flat back. We're going to take that same idea. We're just going to move it a little bit smaller up to the low spine. So as you breathe in, you're going to dome just the shoulder blades. So we're leaving the low back out of it. So the tail stays pointing back. You're going to round through the shoulder blades. As you exhale, shoulder blades will clink and your heart's just going to drop. Belly didn't drop though. Belly is still active. Breathe in, shoulder blades widen. Breathe out, they drop. It's a lot more work. It's a lot harder. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in, really press through your hands. Breathe out. Good, just two more. It's exhausting. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good, flat back. Walk your hands forward, puppy dog pose. So butt's gonna stay high like you're a little puppy ready to play. You can even wag your tail. Let your butt bones lift up and back, and you're just gonna rest your forehead down. Depending on how your shoulders feel, arms can be long and straight at shoulder width distance, or elbows can bend and you can walk your arms wider. If your shoulders feel tight, let them go wide and soften. If they feel good, long and straight is perfect. Forehead is down, kind of a nice basic way to start. If you know you're more mobile, you might enjoy mouth or chin down. Just kind of depends on what's happening with you. It's the morning for me, so forehead is going down for sure. Belly is hanging. We're just thinking about spreading the chest and sinking the butt bones back. One more breath in. One more breath out. Good. Walk your hands back in space, right back to your all fours. Long through the spine, wide in the chest, not sinking that baby, pulling that baby up. Flip your toes down, big breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips go high. If you need movement, as always, take it. It's for you. Move around. If the legs now, because you're getting bigger, need to move bigger than hip width distance, that's perfectly fine as well. Good. Just take a big breath in. Settle into that nice stillness. Breath out. Chest will melt back. Draw the belly button towards the ribs. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, look forward. Waddle yourself all the way up there, top of your mat. And again, feet are landing, as wide as belly needs. So at least hip width, maybe wider at this point, and you're just gonna fold. Take the weight out of the heels as always, move it forward. Let the head just drop. If it feels nice to have blocks underneath the forearms, you want that support or even higher.
Go for it. I know sometimes for me, as the body gets more flexible, all that hanging just kind of irritates the joints because it's so flexible. Do what you need. Good. And then you're going to come back to a comfortable stance. So if you need to walk in a little bit, I certainly do. You're welcome to. If staying wide feels good, go for it. Hands are going to go on blocks or shins. You'll find a half lift. So the weight goes way forward. You're going to pick the chest up and wide. And big breath in, push through the back bones. Breath out, just let it fold. Again, inhale, half lift. Wide, already getting into the backs of the legs. Exhale, fold. Breath in. Breath out and fold. Good. Now we're going to move forward. So inhale, find a halfway lift. You're going to move your right foot underneath your hip bone. So it's probably a little bit wide now. So step in just a little bit, stand on it, and float your left leg back in space. So you're half lifting the chest. Blocks might have to move forward. They want to be underneath your shoulders. And if you don't have blocks, fingertips are on the ground. And for you, your knee might have to be a lot more bent on the right side. Push through your left heel, press through your head. You're trying to get really long in space. And you're out of the heel, so you're really far forward. Right knee, again, can be bent as much as you need. Left leg's trying to get straighter. Breathe in, widen your chest. Keep your legs. Breathe out, just fold your chest. Good. Push through your left heel. Breathe in and lift. Breathe out and fold. Breathe in and lift. Breathe out and fold. Last one. Breathe in and lift. You're going to move your hands back in space first. So they come back towards your foot, and then you're going to step way back into a low lunge. Land as soft as you can. And again, your right foot goes as wide as it needs to offer space for that baby. You can shift around a little. It's your first low lunge. And then get really strong. Think. Press through the left heel. So it's not saggy, it's long. Right hip moves back. Breathe in, widen your chest. We're going to find a pyramid pose. So feet are going to stay where they are. You're just going to swoop your hips up in space and drop your chest down. Blocks, again, are super handy. You're just going to walk them back underneath your shoulders. And that baby should be happy. If it's pushing into your right thigh, you're going to move your foot to the right. Drop your head down. Good. Breathe in is going to shift you forward back to your low lunge. Breathe out back to your pyramid pose. Breathe in, forward, low lunge. Breathe out, pyramid pose. Breathe in, low lunge. Breathe out, pyramid pose. Pause here. Strong in your back leg. You're going to lift your heart up. If it feels like it's going to go well, who knows, we'll see. You can peel your right toes off the ground and flatten out your foot. So you're really flexing through your foot, so you can see that. We're not pushing through the pad of the foot. We're trying to flatten it out. Toes just point up. Send your heart wider. Your chest is really long now. Breath in. Breath out. One more right here. Breath in. Good. Exhale, step down into your right foot. Slide into a low lunge. Right hand is going to come inside of your right foot. Block will go with you. Right foot, you're going to wiggle it all the way up to the top right corner of your mat. So now your right knee is behind your ankle or in line with it. It's not in front of it. You're going to shift forward and put your left knee on the ground. If you wanted a little softer stretch, you can probably already feel it outside of the right hip, front of the left hip. You can lay down on your blocks if that feels good. If you want this really active, keep that left leg long. If you're feeling it today, go for it. You can rock and move, you can wiggle, whatever you need to do. This is a stretch for you so the head can drop and the eyes can close. You just have a couple rounds of breath here. Good. Last round. Breath in. And breath out. Plant your hands either on the ground or on your blocks to lift up. You're going to keep your left hand down. I like it on a block because I need the support. You might not. So that left hand is going to be on a block underneath your shoulder. Right arm is going to swoop up in space. You're going to swing back. So you're in a really open twist now. Baby has plenty of room. Again, it's just the ribs twisting. If this feels like enough, it is. You stay here. If you want more and it feels like it's available, you're going to keep bending your left foot, reach back and grab those left toes. If that doesn't feel good, let it go. Don't worry about it. If it does feel good, you can go ahead and grab it. If you can pull the heel in more, do it. If not, don't worry about it. It can stay really open and twisted or not. This side to me gets really crampy. in the back of the hamstring. So again, if you're not reaching the foot, you're just twisting. Breathe in. Soft shoulder, breathe out. Good, last one, breath in. Reach, breathe out. Good, right hand's gonna come back where it started. You're gonna lengthen through that left leg, shift your blocks out of the way. Right foot's already wide, so it's gonna be nice and easy for us. You're just gonna step back to a high plank. If you need to put the knees down, you shift in lower. If you're in a high plank, you just stay for 3. Wide through your chest for 2. 1, downward facing dog, hips go high. Move the backs of the legs around. You might feel that both sides feel pretty different now. Maybe they do. Right side feels longer. Great. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale, gaze forward. Let's get into the other side. Bend your knees. Waddle it on up there. Set up those blocks if you need them. Hang out just for a moment. Rock and shake around. Do what you need. Full breath in. Let everything go as you breathe out. Just 1 half lift this time. So again, blocks are there if you need them, or fingers can go onto the floor, half lift. Know that you're too wide, you are, so that left foot needs to wiggle in so it's right underneath your hip bone. So you feel like you could stand on it, it's really stable. You're gonna lift your chest up a little bit more if it isn't already. Swing your right leg back. This is a supported airplane, standing split variation. You're gonna press through that right heel. Bend the left knee as much as you need, especially if your fingers are on the ground and you don't have blocks, you're gonna have to bend your knee. Notice you want to lift up. I want you to settle down and keep radiating through your heart and heel. Breathe in. Legs stay, just chest folds forward and down. Breathe out. Breathe in, lift. Breathe out, fold. Breathe in, lift. Breathe out, fold. Breathe in, lift. Breathe out, fold. Good, last time. Breathe in, lift. Blocks and hands move back first, so you're all set up. You're gonna gently fall back. That's a nice long, low lunge. Find the space in it. If you need the wiggle, the movement, you do it. Right leg stays straight and strong. Blocks or hands have moved back. They're underneath your shoulders. You're gonna take a breath in, puff your heart forward. Whew, losing things. You're gonna breathe out, hips lift up, and you're gonna drop your right heel towards the ground. Is it on the ground? No. Does it need to be? No. And that's okay. Moving it forward, just let it be what it is. You can see your right leg, so make it straighter. Left knee can be bent, a little or a lot, it's fine. You're gonna breathe in, shift right back to your low lunge. You're gonna breathe out, shift back, pyramid. You're gonna breathe in, shift forward, low lunge. You're gonna breathe out, shift back, pyramid. You're gonna breathe in, shift forward, low lunge. Last one, breathe out, shift back, pyramid pose. And then you're gonna lift your heel up. Well, no, you're gonna lift your foot up and leave your heel down. So again, so you can see it, you're flexing the foot. We're not pushing through the pad of the foot. We're trying to make it flat. Blocks move underneath your shoulders. Now half lift your spine. Get really radiant and really wide. If that feels like too much, just put the foot back down. No big deal. Breath in. Breath out. You have one more round. You've got this. Breathe in. Breathe out. Soften your left foot down if it isn't already. Shift back into your low lunge. Left hand comes inside of your left foot with your blocks if you're using them. Left foot wiggles really wide. Again, you can stay active in this runner's lunge. I'm gonna take it down. Blocks are there if you wanna put them underneath forearms or head, maybe even your right thigh. Let everything go. You just have 3 breaths here. Last one, soften the shoulders and jaw. Breathe in. Breathe out. You're gonna press your hands down, lift your heart up. Again, right hand is gonna go right underneath your shoulder. It can be on the ground. For me, I'm not mobile enough for that to happen, so I like my block as high as it gets. You're gonna push into that block. Left arm is gonna swing up and back, so you're twisting. It's an open twist, so the belly is happy. Just twisting through the ribs. If it feels available, you're gonna bend your right knee, reach up and grab your foot. Should be a huge stretch through the front of your thigh. Notice that you're gonna wanna tuck yourself forward. See if you can round open and back. You can grab the pinky toe or the big toe side, whatever feels good. Just be careful of dropping that baby too much. Keep it active. If it's too much, you let it go and just reach. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Left hand comes back around, plant it on your blocks, then scoot them out of the way, hands come down to the ground. Active in your right leg, you're just gonna wiggle that left leg out and around, step back, high plank, breath in, widen your chest, breath out. Last one here, you've got this. Breath in, knees can be down if you need. Breath out, downward facing dog. Last little wiggle, last little movement. Breathe in. And out. Good. Bend your knees. You're going to waddle up to the top of your mat. I'm going to turn around and face you. You can stay where you are. You're just going to find our favorite frog squat. Elbows inside of your knees. It's towards the end of the sequence, so if you're on a block, I don't blame you. Sit on a block. Elbows inside of your knees. But again, if you're on that block, whether you are or not, we're not sinking. We're actually getting way more radiant. Let's pick everything up there. Whew. Really wide, really radiant. So you're rolling into the pinky toes. You're trying to draw your heels in and getting spacious in your chest. Good. Right hand will come down. Left arm is going to go up in space. Just breathe in, lift up. If looking up feels good, keep it. If it doesn't, look down. Breathe out. Breathe in. Switch it out. Left hand comes down. Right arm lifts up. I have to spider tip my fingers. If you can get your palms flat, good for you. Go for it. Breath in. Breath out. Hands come down. Right back to heart center. One more inhale. Good. Plant your hands down. Lift your hips up slightly and step even wider. So wiggle your feet as wide as they can comfortably go. Elbows are going to go inside of your knees. So you're in a really wide squat right now. You're just going to rock side to side. Get into your inner thighs and groin a little bit. Butt bones might be facing the ground, but they also might be lifted up really high, and that's fine as well. Just widen, stretch, and soften. Let this be gentle. It doesn't have to be too intense. Breath in. Let your shoulders soften. Breath out. Fingers are going to come down. You're going to flip your toes forward. Now you're in a wide-legged forward fold. If you want to turn sideways on your mat, you can. So you have your feet on the mat. Great. Otherwise, the ground is fine. Doesn't matter. Just bend your knees and fold. Let go of the backs of the legs. Knees are soft. Head is heavy. Blocks are always there. Might feel good under the head. Might feel good under the arms. Let everything just soften. Doesn't have to be intense here. Just let it go. One more breath in. One more breath out. Good. Plant your hands. Find a half lift in your spine. So you're going to get really long and flat. You're going to exhale and fold. Just tuck one leg under the other and come down back to your knees where we started. Again, you're facing any direction because it doesn't matter. You can sit on a block if you need. Hands are going to rest on your thighs. Shoulders get a couple rolls. Neck gets a little movement if it needs it. Sit up nice and tall. Let your legs just feel really soft underneath you. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Hands up to heart center. Seal your lips. Breath in. Breath out. Settle your chin into your chest. Thank yourself for taking the time to take care of yourself. Last breath in. Last breath out. And that's it. You did it. Hopefully you feel more open in the backs of the legs, a little bit stronger. If the backs of the legs are still talking to you, take a seat, give yourself a couple more moments. Legs will spread at least hip width, maybe wider, and let yourself just round forward. Let go of all the muscular work and just breathe. Give yourself a couple more minutes of deep breath and softening into the backs of the legs so they feel really good. That is it for me. I will see you all soon. Hope you feel good. See you later.